Welcome back, my little Potter County peeps. Welcome back. Well, we made it through another week. We've got another one going on. It's midday Monday. I've got all my estimates and a service call taken care of, so I'm back at the shop. Boxes are here. It's time to get my grind on. I'm still not finished cleaning up, but sitting around and waiting isn't going to do anything but get me behind. So without further ado, I don't want to keep you any longer. Let's go ahead and jump into this. Welcome to Potter County Patina. Let's go crush this stuff. Here's where we're gonna start out. So I got home today and a long-awaited box is here. And I'm gonna flip around and show it to you guys. This makes me so happy. Like, the big pieces are starting to come together. And other than my finishing up the back, and that's my goal for the next few days. I've got all my tools laid out here. I got enough of it cleaned up. I'm gonna put some stuff on Marketplace over there on that wall. I'm gonna get rid of some stuff. I gotta get rid of some stuff here and make me some room. Let me flip you around right quick. So, for those of y'all that didn't know, this truck came with a saddle, is the color, saddle interior, which I had a saddle interior in a 5-liter Mustang in '89 that I had. And it was dope. I love it. So we're going back with that. You know, I already had the carpet. The carpet was in pretty good shape. I cleaned it. So this is the dash. This isn't the dash cover. I had to order the whole thing, which hurts. But, you know, I'd rather do it once than find an old one and put a cap on it and then want to do it and wish I would have spent a couple $100 and just did it right the first time. So we're not using the AC vents. I've got another piece coming that covers all this without that, and it's got the GMC emblem there. Let me tell you about this. So I talked to this guy, super nice guy, and I was like, "Hey man, do you mind if I put your information on my YouTube channel?" This dude has been so helpful. He was so helpful beforehand. It wasn't like he found out and then became helpful. Like, his ratings are fantastic. And he's got a lot of the small pieces I need. And he does a lot of the stuff in-house. Like, we're not ordering it from China. We're ordering it from him. So, it's called the Truck Shop Car Shop. And I'm going to show you his little logo here. Right there. He's an eBay seller. Guys, this dude was awesome. Like, straight up, talked to you, answered back really quick. I love that. It was like Alex V Metalworks. Like, they're there. And I can give it a day or two. I'm a business owner. Sometimes I don't get to emails, and it may take me a couple hours, and I hate to do it this way, but sometimes it's the next day. But I'll get to it. When they're fast like that, and they're like, "No, how can I help you?" You know, like let's talk about this. Dude, it was so helpful. And this thing is quality deluxe. I've looked it over, trying to find some flaws in it. And like, let me show you again. This thing is just gorgeous all the way down. Like, all the perforations and the holes are cleaned out. Like, there's not anything that I can just pick apart. All of these are painted on the inside. A lot of times, like, the dye that they use don't get in there all the way. Like, the quality, the cage on the inside is extremely nice. All of these are nice and cut out. It's not like it was stamped out and it still has some stuff in it. They put the clips on there. Like, so stoked. Such good quality. Guys, this makes a difference when you're putting stuff together. So we've got that. Let me bring you a couple other pieces over here. And we're gonna see how close all of this sits. Let me get one of my door panels over here. And of course, these are still dirty. They got to be cleaned. And he has the paint, so I'm going to order the paint to, of course my phone's going to ring. Goodness gracious. Have mercy. Give me just a second. So let me flip you around and show you what we've got done today. Today was very productive. Shop still isn't clean. However, about 95% of the fab work is done, okay? So the gas tank is mounted in there. Those rubber lines I got to pull out. I just wanted to make sure that nothing was rubbing. So all of that's built. And it's got a bracket that goes down there to hold that end of the tank. This side's built, same thing, gusseted it up, bracketed in. It's solid. Back of the tank is done. This cross brace, I got it taken off, clearanced out for the inside, welded up, and got the studs in. So now that's where it needs to be. So we have our cross brace for our solenoids, and I've got the tank is now mounted to the little pieces I've got built. So now I just need to mount them to the frames, or to that little frame rail, and the tank's done. And then I'll come up with some sort of little pump mount, because the pumps are going to go right, that's how I move the camera, right here and right there. So big day. Still got a mess. Nothing's changed. Other than I keep walking by this badass dash. But anyhow, nonetheless, guys, huge progress, huge. So what a great day. Today's Monday. If you live around here, it's a beautiful day. The wife and kids are getting some stuff for my oldest daughter's birthday here in a couple weeks. So it's my duty to go inside and get spaghetti going. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. So let me flip you around and show you what we've got done today. Today was very productive. Shop still isn't clean. However, about 95% of the fab work is done, okay? So the gas tank is mounted in there. Those rubber lines I got to pull out. I just wanted to make sure that nothing was rubbing. So all of that's built, and it's got a bracket that goes down there to hold that end of the tank. This side's built, same thing, gusseted it up, bracketed in. It's solid. Back of the tank is done. This cross brace, I got it taken off, clearanced out for the inside, welded up, and got the studs in. So now that's where it needs to be. So we have our cross brace for our solenoids, and I've got the tank is now mounted to the little pieces I've got built. So now I just need to mount them to the frames, or to that little frame rail, and the tank's done. And then I'll come up with some sort of little pump mount, because the pumps are going to go right, that's how I move the camera, right here and right there. So big day. Still got a mess. Nothing's changed. Other than I keep walking by this badass dash. But anyhow, nonetheless, guys, huge progress, huge. So what a great day. Today's Monday. If you live around here, it's a beautiful day. The wife and kids are getting some stuff for my oldest daughter's birthday here in a couple weeks. So it's my duty to go inside and get spaghetti going. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, guys, so the back is pretty much done. I've got to find a spot to mount the pumps. Everything else is done. So we're going to start on the seat frame. Now, what we've got here is an OBS seat frame. I couldn't find a square body by the time Timmy needed to get going. And he had this one that he picked up that had really good cushions and stuff like that on it, which makes it more affordable on my end. So there's going to be a little modification here. What we've got to do essentially is he's making the seats wider. He's putting 1 inch per side wider on the seat, so it'll fit in there like a square body seat should. However, a square body seat has a mount that's sitting like back here. Well, it's going to be up here, so it's like off to the side here. And it's only like 1.25 inches. This one's 1.5 inches, so we got 2 inches to this bottom. what I'm going to do is on this 2-inch mark, I'm gonna cut this, cut that, and do this. Take this and drop it down, take this brace, cut it, and build it back up so that we still have all the support we need. First things first, I'm gonna go ahead and get the wire wheel and clean this really good because it's gross. But we're gonna go ahead and get started. We gotta get this seat thing going. So I'm gonna put you on lickety split mode, guys. Okay, let me walk you guys through this right quick. Let me turn that radio off. I doubt a college station is gonna sue me, however. Okay, so I've never done this before. You keep this in mind. Everything that I got was just measurements that I got from one with the busted frame sitting in my buddy's place. So we're looking at the side of this. So this is your floor in the truck. This would be the driver's side because this is the front of it. So you notice how this has a slant to it. If I remember right, it was 1.5 inches out from top to bottom. I'll check that, but one thing that I do want to do is if I can keep these little bills in there, that'll look kind of neat. So in theory, what I'm trying to do is keep this same slant, so this end is a little smaller than this end, okay? So it's 1.25 inches from the top of this surface to this line, 1.25 inches, so on and so forth. Well, I didn't measure here, so it's going to be a little higher because you can tell these have a little bow, and it's 1.25 inches, 1.25 inches, top to bottom. So I'm going to slice this off, okay? Same thing here, 1.25 inches, 1.25 inches. I'm going to slice this off. So we're taking these pieces out. Now, this piece, if you're looking at it right here, is longer than this. So when we shrink it down, or when we drop this down, this top piece is going to stick past. So we'll have to put a little relief cut here. Bend that part out, this back piece that you can't see. This right here, we'll bend that out. And then we'll take this, we'll slice this and bend this in. So we'll just weld it up to where that matches that. On this front piece, it's already got a whole bar that goes across. And we want to keep structure in here, so this helps. What I'm gonna do is when all this is sliced up, or actually I gotta take this off first. But once this is done, I'm gonna take this, now pop a line on it. But what we're gonna do is once this is bolted back up, we're gonna have this other piece down here, so more than likely, we're just gonna have to make something that looks pretty cool and looks nice and comes out right here. So there's gonna be a little weird hump right there. However, our structural integrity will still be there. It keeps it from racking over. These tracks don't come off here. These tracks are like hot riveted in. So we're leaving those on there while we do this. Or I would take them off and clean them and paint them. I can clean them and paint them once we get all the fab work done, and then just use brake clean and get everything cleaned off before I paint it. So it's the same thing on this side. Just wanted to run you through this right quick, guys. And give me just a second. I'm gonna get you guys set back up on lickety split, and I'm just gonna use a slice and dice on this one. I'm not gonna try to plasma it and all that. Man, I had a time lapse get away from me. I had it going for 45 minutes recording nothing. So I got one of them done. Well, not done. I got one of them together. I need to fill in a little here, and a little in that gap, and a little in that gap, so that I can clean it up and weld it. And I think what I'm gonna do is just make a little piece that goes right there. And we got a cool little profile. That, or I'll cover it up with something and put some speed holes in it. I don't know. Don't know what I'm doing yet. But let's get going on the next one. All right, so I've got both of them welded up now. So that's what we were after. I put a little more in there so that I can clean it up, so that I still have my little slots on both ends. Looks pretty snazzy. And I'm pleased with that. So I'll set you on lickety split while I clean up the welds, and we got to make some little pieces for the tail ends of it so that it all contours good. So let me switch over. I'm
gonna try something before I get too much further. So you see how this is? I could either make a little piece, but with that way that angle's going, I may be able to just contour that out. I don't know. I'm gonna cut a piece and see, but these are cleaned up. I'm gonna let them cool down before I rub my finger on them because, yeah, it's still got hot spots in it. But proceed. Okay, so let's put this here. So this is clamped up. I don't know. I didn't take any measurements off the seat brackets, but I would assume that they're going to be square. So I'll get this square, that square, stitch that down, and then from the backside weld in, or I may go ahead and drill and tap this and run a bolt because there's still a nut on the back of this, and line it up that way. That's probably what I'll do because that's going to be the most adjustable way to do it. But a little bit of filler and some finish work, and we built a seat frame. And I believe it was an 1/8 inch out overall. Like this back here is an 1/8 inch difference from back there, but I don't think that's going to be anything crazy. Now I do need to take these. These are for the springs, the little, can you see that doodad? Need to take that, and it goes to the back of this hole back there, and that one there for that side. That way our springs are pulling tension on these levers so that when you pull this, it unlocks that mechanism and the seat is adjustable. So, not too shabby. I mean, it is what it is, and it got me a lot closer to the floor than what a stock one is. Now, I hope it's low enough, so I guess we'll soon see. But there we go. All right, let's walk through this right quick. I've got to go get some kids from school here in just a minute. So with this being as low as it is, thinking ahead, I'm not going to be able to get my fingers up under here. You see how low it is, and trying to reach around to the back. There's that big hump. When I dry fit this, it wasn't going to work. So I'm going to go ahead and burn in some tabs just to the outside. They'll sit on top of the carpet, but once it's painted and everything's done, I don't think it would look horrible. And if need be, I'll just put some big lug nuts or spikes or put something on it where it looks cool. And I don't even think it's going to get that far. I mean, it is what it is. So I'm hoping it's low enough. So I guess we'll soon see. Anyhow, I'm going to go get some kids from school. So I've got that all welded up. It's sizzling. You can feel the heat from a mile away. So we've got all the tabs burned in. Got all this melted together. I'm gonna clean everything first before I start showing it off. Not bad, not bad, not bad. It needed 50 3/4 bolt hole to bolt hole. Bolt hole here, bolt hole there, bolt hole there, bolt hole there. We're on it. Perfect. Nice hot welds. It's together, guys. So now I gotta put the little clip in there for the spring. I'm gonna let it cool, flip it up on the inside and clean out all the inside stuff, put that on there. And then I need to go ahead and put some filler on it and get this done to where I can set it in there or take it to Timmy. So, yeah, I need to do that. So, anyway. All right, so that's cooled down enough to touch. You guys can see this. Y'all remember when we did this, maybe? Maybe, just maybe? All right, so I cut this. See how the angle already has that natural curve to it? So close. Perfect. Now I just have to build a little piece right there. It's sitting back on that brace right there. Very helpful. Very good. I could actually take that and bend that just a scotch. I do. I want to do that. I want to cut that where this slides in there a little bit. Because I've got that relief cut down there that locks it in. Yeah, just clean up the inside, go and burn it on the inside, and then grind off the outside. Very cool. That's gonna work out righteous. All right, I'm gonna get some tools set up over here, guys. So this is the piece that fits on the side. And it fits like a glove. So what I'm doing, guys, I made it just a little longer and I'm gonna weld from the top and then I'm gonna grind this surface down. I've pretty much got it. And then at that point, I've hammered it in so it'll be lined up with the rugged contour, and then I'll do it all and then clean it up. So I still need to clean that. A little more down there. That fits like a glove. You can't even see light through it. Nice, nice. Now I've got some sound deadener too. So that's gonna help out because I'll put sound deadener on the inside and then just seam seal this up and probably just paint it red. Red or black, I don't know. Either one. Got to knock the cut slag off of it. That stuff don't weld too good. All right. Let's see where we're at. Much better. Okay. Right there to there. That's on that. So I just need to clean it a little bit up right there and we're ready to put some stitches in that. Let me get all this turned on. Got some of the interior parts painted today too. Get started on it, and then we ran into town and she had other stuff to do. It looks great. right there. There's nothing on the inside, guys. I've already got all that out of there. Hitting the painted part. Got a paper towel over here on fire. Let me get that out of here. I've got this welder turned way down too. I'd rather build a big booger on the first little round of it. Then I can come in a little hotter because on these corners where it's thin, it's trying to burn. There we go. I think I got all of that. Oh, landed in my lap. All right. That's got that held in. Cool, I'm gonna jump up top and then come down on this where I can clean all that up. Let me hit a little more right here. We're getting there, guys. This is soft mounted too. I've got to bolt that in. Anyhow, I'm gonna put you guys on lickety split. Guys, I'm back and got a lot done today. Today is Saturday. Saturday was a pretty busy day. Let me walk you through everything right quick. I'm gonna try not to keep you. I know I can get long-winded. So the wiring is done. This is done. That's done. It's wrapped up, zip tied. Let's see, I need the excite wire on here from the alternator that goes to the 12 volt positive so that it knows that it needs to start charging. All this is done, wrapped up, loomed up. All of this is done. So 4 relays, there's a breaker down there, a 100 amp breaker because I have the fans running to that as well. Those wires that you see are all the connections that are going to be exposed, but those red wires are for the squares, and those are of course power. Let's see. Firewall is done. That's bolted in. I need to get three different bolts, I'm sorry. But the cutouts, they're done and undercoated on the outside and seam sealed on the inside. It went pretty good. It looks nice and clean. The solenoids are mounted. That was the position that we went with. Even when I dry fit all this, when it down, it clears. That's why I had to clearance out the back of that. The bar was what was hitting the back of the rear end. You can see where there's a little notch out right here to right there, if you can see that, and then there's a piece of angle bolt or welded in there. Z-notch is done, or I said Z-notch. Watts link is done. Gas tank's done. Fuel system's back together. I do need to scooch out the fuel pump because this is a bed bolt, and if you look through there, you can see the fitting for the fuel pump. I've got all the fittings for the air lines, the 90, so I can start running air lines. Of course, this piece will come off, and I'll run the longer pieces that are in the front up to here just so we can conserve. Unless those fit right up in there, which they just may, I don't know. But it's it, and that's that. Oh, I got this piece fixed where it was all bent out or whatever, whoever was doing what they were doing. So that's done. I've got all of the underlayment, or I say underlayment, the sound deadener. I've got it up here, so I'll sound deaden the inside soon. I've got speakers to go in. Still haven't got a hold of my buddy and went and picked up the subwoofers and the amps and stuff. He said he's in no hurry. I'm in no hurry to just sit here and take up room. All the interior panels are done. We still got a small patch of metal stuff back there. The armrests look pretty good. So let me show you these. I glued them up, and it seems to have held pretty good. So if you're looking at it from the top, you can't really tell. So I'm going to clean those one more time and paint those and use them. Everything is swept too, so that sure helped. We still got a mess in here, but at least it's clean. I can crawl around. I got a lot of stuff done that was underneath. I got the engine mount bolts bolted down and cinched up. Just a ton of the small stuff that just kicks me in the teeth. But anyhow, it's late on a Saturday night. I'm going to go inside and eat some dinner and that sort of thing. So I'll catch up with you guys in the morning. I couldn't sleep, so I came back out here and got all the lines ran from the solenoids to the front and from the solenoid to the back. Now, the 90s I got are the wrong size. So I'm going to come out here tomorrow morning, heat these lines up and get a little better bend out of them, just so I know they're not cranked down, or make them a little longer, kind of adjust these things a little bit. So anyhow, this is rough. This is going to be in the bed. The pumps are going to be in the bed. They're just sitting there. And I still got to flip around the battery. But that's what you're going to be looking at. It's underneath the top of the C-notch as well. So barely, but when we put a raised floor in it, a raised bed in it, then it'll all be hidden. And I'll have the battery where it's sitting up through the bed. Like I'm going to mount it up where it's easy to get to if you had to crawl over some stuff and get to it. That's why the battery cables are long. I put it out there that day Sean was out here just because it was fast and easy and I had to mock something up. But it's going to go to the inside right here where it's sticking up through the bed. So anyhow, I just wanted to put that out there. Guys, this is probably where I'm going to call it. I don't know. It's late Saturday night. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm not sure if I'm going to get out here in the morning and add any more to this. If I do, then of course you'll see it after this. But if not, man, I appreciate you guys hanging out. We hit 100 subscribers. That's pretty cool. And I'm just going to make it short and sweet, man. You guys, I appreciate you. Cheers, peace, and peace out. I guess Potter County Patina. See you guys.